You remember 2015? When the young Warriors come out of nowhere with their three-point shooting at 6'3" MVP and ruin LeBron James' Cleveland run? This was one of the most promising teams in NBA history, and to say it lived up to expectations is the understatement of the century. The next year, they torched the league, Steph gets his second straight MVP, and they finished with the best record in NBA history. And then they signed Kevin Durant. This was super teams at their best. Steph, Clay, KD, and Draymond Green. If you're a Warriors fan, ignore this next statement. But when was the last time you thought about Draymond Green? Pretty sure this season made you forget all about Draymond, and that doesn't make sense. He was the only part of their core that was healthy the whole year. Not the whole year, but healthy. Which begs the question, is Draymond Green still relevant? Now, one common defense for Draymond Green is that he plays well with other good players, and he really isn't about the stats, like I'll mention later in the video. Well, I guess I explained stuff because this year he had pretty much G League players to play with. And his stats this year aren't that good, which I'll mention later in the video again. So, what's going on? Now, like I said, he is like the core of the team. He's not the guy that scores 30 and gets a triple-double every other night. He's the guy that holds the team together. He's sort of the glue. Steph and Clay wouldn't be nearly where they are without Draymond. But is this still true? This past season, Draymond got injured 5 times and played 43 games. You ready to hear the stats in these games? 8 points, 6.2 rebounds, and 6.2 assists. Okay, that's not all that bad, until you realize he's getting $28 million with 6 zeros to do it.
Damn, son.
I don't know. He went DPOY in 2017, but he isn't anywhere close to that right now. His stats and steals and blocks aren't abnormally good. In fact, he's down in every major statistic in the game this year, except for assists, where he's up 0.3. However, this does mean something, because his teammates have been much below the average that they were in his career. So, passing is one thing I'm excited to see this year. Coming year, I mean. Let's not get away from the fact, however, that Draymond is declining. He's doing less and less than before, and he's right in the middle of his prime. I'm not saying that he's a bad player. I just think he's putting in less work than before. Now, let's get in the defensive of Draymond. He was never really about the stats. He's one of those players where if you just saw the stats, you would think he's a bench player. If you watch him play, especially from 2015 to 17, you'll see why he was an all-star. But is this still true? Looking over clips from this year, it takes me a minute to figure out if Draymond's even on the floor. It seems he's becoming invisible. In 2015, it was Clay, Steph, and Dre. In 2020, people only think about Steph and Clay. Now, I get it. Draymond plays good with good players. It's part of his game. Well, tell me, last year did he have good players? He had the Golden State Warriors, the best team in the league. So don't kid yourself. Now, I'm a Golden State fan, and I want Draymond to stay. I just think he isn't really worth $28 million.